Hey everybody, back here with Crisis, the 68 Ford Galaxie. This is the same one, as I'm sure y'all recognize, the one that I had the ignition issue with that I just got sorted. And wow, she runs so good now, so much better, so much better. But I had another problem. I ran into another problem that I just could not noodle out, and I finally figured it out. And let me tell you what was going on. So last fall and through the winter, I rebuilt the whole front end. New ball joints, bushings, pads, rotors, calipers, springs, you name it. It got everything in the front end. The only thing I didn't replace is the tie rods, because the tie rods are in great condition. 1968. And they are better, and they will probably last longer than anything I can buy off the shelf. So I left those alone. It's the only part that's original on this car. Anyway, I'm sorry, only part that's original in the front end of this car. Okay, so the problem I was having, after I did the rebuild, it was great. Everything just whisper quiet, it rode smooth, everything was perfect. And then I started developing a clunking noise. And the clunking would occur when I would go forward, hit the brake, clunk. And I could go forward again, hit the brake, and it wouldn't do it. I would go backwards, hit the brake, clunk, and I could go back again and hit the brake, and it wouldn't do it. It would only do it if I went back, clunk, then went forward, clunk, went back, clunk. It's like it had to reset itself. So it would do it the opposite direction every single time, which told me there's got to be something shifting. There has to be something that's not staying in place like it's supposed to. And I've had the front end, I had the tires off this car, I've had it up in the air, I've looked at it multiple times, and for the life of me, I couldn't find anything that was a problem. I wasn't afraid to drive it because nothing was coming apart. The ball joints were fine, there wasn't anything coming apart there. The suspension, the steering, everything was fine. And I could not figure out what was going on with this thing. It was really annoying me. And really annoying to drive, to be quite frank with you. So let me show you what I found. So I had my wife come out, and I put her in the driver's seat. She's never driven this car. She refuses to drive this car. She's so afraid to drive it. And that's okay. If she doesn't feel safe driving it, I'd rather her not. However, she doesn't feel safe driving it because she's afraid something will happen, and she just doesn't want anything to happen while she's behind the wheel. I get it. So I love you, baby. I put her in the driver's seat for the very first time, and I had her roll forward, hit the brake, clunk, roll back, hit the brake, clunk, while I watched under the hood, safely off to the side, mind you. And what I found was the A-arm, the upper A-arm, was moving front to back. So right here, this A-arm would move front to back. You'd hit the brakes going backwards, boom, it'd move. Hit the brakes going frontwards, boom, it would move. And no problems on the other side. And the problem is that the A-arm, I'm going to plant that video. I did take a video when I found this. So I'm going to plant that video right here so you can see the problem I was having. So the problem we're having is this A-arm slides on these bushings. Bushings are new. It was fine when I first installed it. It was nice and quiet. Now I can't get the pry bar to work, of course. And now it's shifting. It's moving, and it's making a clunking noise when I stop and go. See how it slides back and forth? And I don't know how to remedy this. Does anybody run into this? Like I said, bushings are all brand new. Okay. Now, how to remedy this? Now, I believe social media, Facebook, crap like that, is the bane of our society. But there are really some great things about it. And I posted on Facebook 1968 Ford Galaxie forum and explained exactly the situation that I had. And of course I got a lot of the comments, well, just put a new A-arm on it. Well, sure, I could do that. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to take the front end of this car apart again. It means I had to pull the spring out, and I don't want to pull the spring out because it's sketchy. It's sketchy pulling those out and putting them in. And I just don't want to do it. I don't want to take it apart if I don't have to. If I can find a way to solve this problem permanently, or even at least short term, until I do decide I want to put a new A-arm on it, let's see if I can find that solution. And I had a guy that had a good idea, had a really good idea. And he says, just peen it over. Peen over the flange. So you can see the flange right here. The silver part is the sleeve for the bushing, and this black ring way in the back is the flange on the A-arm. And he said, just peen it down. And Jesus, that makes perfect sense. Let's do that. And I tried that, and you can see all the witness marks on there that I was trying to peen it into, and I could not get it tight enough to where it would hold. It would still move. So I thought, well, what I gotta do here? I gotta take up the slop. So back here, I had some scrap steel. I think that's 3/16 right here. I put a flat top on it, so it gave me a hammering surface, a better hammering surface rather than having it round. And I wish I had taken a picture of this before I put it in, but I didn't, and I apologize. So I dropped that down. You can see, here's the bushing. The black right here, that's rubber. Here's my spacer. And here's the A-arm. And this was the space. It was exactly the right width, this shim was. And I just drove that down. I made the shim so it's a little bit closed up on the end, so it fits snugly. And I just drove it down in there around that bushing, and boom, the noise problem is 100% solved. Well, I don't know how permanent this is going to be. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. But we're going to see. We're going to see. And if I had to follow that up with anything, I will let all you guys know what I end up having to do in the future. And that will probably end up being a new A-arm if this doesn't work. And maybe I'll just see if I can track one down and have it on hand. So it'll be here the day that I do need it, and I don't have to wait and hunt for it, and all that stuff. So, Crisis, while it was never unsafe to drive, is way better to drive now. This car is such a dream going down the road. But when you got clunking issues like that, it is just so enormously annoying that, like, you just, it was getting to the point where it was almost embarrassing. Like, I didn't want to go to car shows because backing in and out of like a parking spot at the shows, and you'd hear that clunking, and it was frankly, it was embarrassing. It was like there was something wrong with it, and there was, but it wasn't serious, but it sure sounded serious. And so I haven't been driving it a whole lot because of that, even though I knew it wasn't going to come apart or anything. But So now it's solved, and now we can go cruising. Tonight might have to be a night. It is a gorgeous day here in northern Michigan. August 2nd, the sun is out, and it is beautiful. It rained all bloody day yesterday, just light drizzle all day. And managed to get some oil changed in 2 of my cars. Yeah, I had to do it in the rain because I just don't have time to do it any other time, and so I was kind of stuck with having to do that yesterday. But it's done, and now I don't have to worry about it. And now we can play. Okay? So, once again, thank you for your time. I hope this information helps somebody out with a potential issue they may have, maybe similar to this. Who knows? I can't be the only one that's run into this. This isn't the only 68 Galaxie. This isn't the only 1968 car out there. There's a lot older. So there are others, I'm sure, that have run into the same problem. And again, whether it's going to be a permanent fix or just a temporary fix until I get a new arm, I can't be 100% certain. But we're going to hope it's permanent, and we don't have to touch it again. So, until next time, don't forget, keep your fingers out of the grease.